Everyone, it is your teacher speaking, your English Learning Randy speaking. So everybody, today's teaching learning process, we will use this platform. But before we start our teaching learning process, I would like to tell you about something. It is very useful information that you can use to act in this phase, like in this situation. We all know that this region, this country are facing a critical phase related to the COVID-19, coronavirus disease 2019. We all believe that this is a dangerous virus. It is a real thing that we have to face, we have to fight. We know that every time we have disobey the policy held by the government, actually we risk our life and also we risk other people's life. We know that social distancing is the policy that is chosen by the government to make us safe, like staying away from other people, like 1.5 meters at least to prevent the transmission. Like actually the virus can be spread by using the saliva, like droplets come out from our mouth. So we believe that the droplet cannot reach others if it is more than 1.5 meters. So that's one of it. And also to keep your hands clean, like washing hands using hand sanitizer and also soaps. Washing your hands is important. The problem is, the question may be like, why hands? There are many parts of the body that can be used as the place where virus live can can live there, but why hands? We know that hands are the most active organs or limbs in our body. We use hands to eat, we use hands to touch something, to write, to do many activities. And we know that the virus cannot infiltrate our body by like using the infiltrate body through the skin, but it can infiltrate our body by eyes, by mouth, or by nose or ears. So because the hand itself is a very active organs or limbs, we can usually use the hands to wash our face and then touch our face and the eyes and mouth. Sometimes it will be so risky for us to keep keep our hands unclean. So when you do activity like touching some things like uh, public, like handle, like doors or something, please wash your hands so that you can keep your hands clean. And after that, exercise. I do believe that all of you here in the school, you have 2 hours exercise for each day. It is good for you. But why exercise? It's related to immune system. We all know that when the virus comes into our body, the immune system will work to fight against the virus. If our immune system is stronger than the virus itself, it can repel the virus. It means that the virus cannot infect our body because the immune system work better than the virus itself. However, if the immune system is weak, like uh, doesn't have the enough power to repel the virus will win, and when the virus win, it will infect our body. That's very dangerous. And there are things that we can do to maintain our immune system. First, having exercise. Second one, get enough sleep. And then after that, consuming healthy foods such veggies, vegetables, and fruits. And if it's necessary, consume vitamins or multivitamins. We all know there is no antivirus yet or vaccine to this virus. And the thing that we can do is preventing the virus to infect our body. Prevention is the wisest thing that we can do, at least nowadays. And after that, the virus doesn't only infect the country, like our country. It it's outbreaking around the globe, not only in Asia, in Europe, and America. It's around the globe. Almost all the countries, big countries, get infected by this virus, and it is disobedience that make the outbreak worse. Italy, we say that it is a huge and big country, but because the people disobeyed the instruction of the government, they stay having social interaction with others. It makes the spread getting worse. We don't want that happening to our country, so I do believe that you can do the wisest actions by not having, limiting the interaction with others. The second information is about panic buying. If you realize that it is very hard, it is very difficult to find mask and hand sanitizer in the market. It's a panic buying. Sometimes we call it like we buy something in a huge scale, big number, but sometimes we don't consider that people actually need that. In Italy, actually, it happens that they buy large amount of foods and drinks, meals, and some people, like older people, they don't get a chance to buy the food because it's running out. Yeah, I hope that it won't happen to our country. Yeah, let's hope about that. And relating to the lesson that we have today is related about the report text. Last week I asked you to write down a text, report text, to describe an object in a general way. There are three things that you need to understand about report text. The first is social function, the second is generic structure, and the third is language feature. As we all know that every text, every genre of text have those three aspects. Social function, sometimes we call it as a purpose, or sometimes we call it as goals or aims. It is the reason why the writer write in text. Report text is aimed to describe something in general, because it's a general, it means that general means like all people will agree about that. For instance, I would like to write down a text about cats. So I would like to describe something in general about cats. Cats have four legs, two eyes, furs, and then one tail. That's the fact that everybody will agree. That's the fact that that will be justified by all people. That's general. We cannot say like cats are cute animals, cats are have fluffy furs. No, we cannot say that because cute is something that is very subjective. We cannot say general if it is subjective matter. It has to be objective. It has to be a general truth that are justified by all people around the globe. So you can't say your opinion, but just say the facts of that object. So that is why we say the general function of the report tag is to describe something in general. Second one is generic structure. We start with general classification. General classification is the part when you describe, when you give insight to the reader that this is the object that we would like to describe. For example, cats. We have to like give a definition. For example, give definition about cats. Cats are blah blah blah. The Latin name of cat is Felix Felicius, and then it has blah 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 blah. So the goal of the general classification is to make sure that the reader does not misunderstand this object to the other object. That's the general classification. For example, we want to talk about cats. It means that we have to make sure in the first paragraph that the reader, oh, this is the cat that I would like to describe, not the dog, not the lion, not the tigers that look similar about that. And the second one is description. It can be varied. For example, I would like to describe the part of the body, and then the habitat, and then the way of life. So it can be more than one description, but you have to make sure that you have to remember that one paragraph contains only one main idea. So it means when you want to write three descriptions, three different descriptions, it means you have to write down at least three paragraphs about that. So the one paragraph about the habitat, and one paragraph about the part of the body and then way of life. That's the descriptions. So at least the paragraphs in a text, a report text, are two paragraphs. But it depends on the descriptions what you want to write. It depends of how many aspects of description that you want to write. Yeah, and the language feature. The language feature because the text itself telling you about the facts that up until today it's still a fact. We use simple present tense when you want to write a text. Yeah, simple present tense. But it is not 100% absolute rule. We can use other tenses. It depends on the situation. For instance, I would like to write down about Borobudur Temple, a temple, and you would like to describe the history of the Hindu temple in this country, for example. So it means you want to write something that happened in the past. Of course, it is not appropriate, it is not suitable to use simple present tense because it happens in the past. So you use simple past tense in this situation. Okay, so now you understand about the social function, generic structure, and language features. Okay, so after you understand these three aspects of report text, please continue writing. Make your draft into a full text of report text, and after that, make sure that you check your grammar and you check your vocabulary and you check your coherence and your cohesion of the text. Make sure that one sentence are interconnected with the other sentence. One paragraph is connected with other paragraphs. Okay, I think that's all. If you have any question, you can write it down in the comment comment space here below this video. Okay, thank you very much. I wish you have I hope you have. Oh, one more thing that I would like to tell you. This is the thing about you can the device that you can use while writing the text. You can use your smartphone, you can use your gadgets or laptops to use the like platform, like to check the grammar online, like Grammarly or other kind of the platform. Okay, thank you. I think that's all for the instructions. Once again, if you have any question, please leave a comment here so I can read the questions. Thank you. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.